Hi you, it's Michelle and Dennis from Pond House Garden, and we're just sitting here looking at all the work that Dad has accomplished this week, and also talking about the week in general, and the fact that I celebrated my birthday. Woot woot! So that was my accomplishment this week, was celebrating my birthday. In the meantime, while I was doing the partying, Dad was busy doing the working and falling a few more trees for the pasture.
I can't do much in the vegetable garden. I can't do much in our other garden, even because it's so blasted cold. So the only thing I can do to keep warm is cut some trees down and make more pasture and make the cows happy.
That's right. So this week you fell down. What kind of trees were they, Dad?
They're Douglas fir second growth trees.
Oh, and we did, Dad is now posting his own shorts. So I'm so proud of him. He's learning.
I'm learning. I still don't know what, I can't figure out how to turn the camera around, and then they tell me you can't do it.
You can't do it. And then sometimes we see up your nostril, but that's okay. That's okay. And we told Dad that it's okay to smile once in a while when he's doing his shorts as well. So, I mean, you know, it's fun. It's all learning. That's life.
Remember, I grew up with the Fonz, and
the Fonz.
You were cool when you didn't smile. And
how did he do that? He went, hey, hey.
Yeah, yeah. So I forgot how to smile.
You forgot how to smile, but you're learning.
Yeah.
You're learning.
But
again.
I'm actually a happy guy.
You are a happy-go-lucky guy. That's why you're my dad.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, with those shorts, you've shared some of the trees you've taken down and how they've had this rot that grows inside.
Yeah. Some you have to long bud them. That means you cut until you don't have rot anymore, and trim them up and stuff, and then
you've also shown.
We call in a self-loading log truck.
Well, before that, Dad. So your shorts, you fell them and you found some of them had rot, and so then you showed us in your shorts how you deal with the stump by burning the stump. So that's in the short as well.
Yeah, because what's happening is that we have logged areas in the past that had the root rot, and the root rot came back in the next generation. So then it was decided by people wiser than me that we should dig them all out. And
which I love, because you and I were talking about doing a stumpery, which is a large garden. If you've ever seen it, I love the look of it. And it's the stumps flipped up with the roots facing up. And then you plant ferns and tulips and a whole bunch of bulbs in there. And
it's a British thing.
And it's lovely and British, and I just adore it.
But we got to get rid of the virus.
Right.
And talk to the BC Forest Service. They're the ones that did it years ago. I can remember up on the Lake Cowichan Highway, there was probably 10, 15-year-old Douglas fir plantation that they had to destroy. And then they went in and destroyed it and dug out all the old roots and stumps and burned them.
Yeah.
Then they were able to replant with a different species.
Right. And that's pulling them out of the ground. Whereas you, in your shorts, have shown that you burn the stump
in the ground.
Site in the ground.
Yeah.
And you show us how you do that.
It makes a nice lunch fire.
Yeah, exactly. Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose, yep.
That's right. And then once you were done with that this week, you ended up, I've got to be careful not to get pitch on my jacket, but you ended up having a whole bunch of logs here, what we call on the landing.
In the landing.
So you got all these ready, and you had a fellow come by to pick them up in his log truck.
Yeah, Steve came by and with a self-loading log truck, and loaded them on. Those guys are just unbelievable to watch, how they can maneuver these heavy wood around and put them in exactly the right place. I can't do that.
You can't
I haven't done that.
No, you haven't done that, but Dad has done a lot. We grew up actually in around the logging industry, and so
I can run a log truck, but I've never had to run a self-loading log truck.
Yeah, and I'm standing here.
As a matter of fact, I got to tell you this story.
Okay, you tell me the story. I cut you off, sorry.
The day Michelle was born,
Oh.
I was going back for my 4th load of logs, and my dispatcher phoned me and said, you better get down to Victoria because Michelle is due coming right now. And I said, have I got time to get another load of logs? And she said, no, park the truck. And I did, and I managed to get there before Michelle was born, just.
That's right.
So,
and that week in the
cost
paper,
me a load of logs.
because I'm worth the load of logs, I'm sure.
There you go. Yeah.
And then in the paper that week, back in the day when we had the newspaper and we printed out the birth announcements,
yeah.
Dad posted that he was excited to announce the
a future girl trucker.
Arrival of the future girl trucker.
And it turned out that she didn't drive truck, but the next one, Jason, he drove truck.
He drove truck.
Yeah, he made up the difference.
And I took on the gardening aspect. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's some things that are still in the family for sure. But yeah, we won't talk about you teaching me how to drive, period, let alone a truck.
That's another story.
That's a whole different video.
Story. You don't want it. Okay, let's go have a coffee.
Well, we're going to have a coffee, but first we'll introduce what's going to follow. So right now you took a whole bunch of videos with Steve, who came in the self-loader. And so we wanted to share those videos with you to show you what happens once Dad has enough of a load of logs to go off to market. Do you have anything to add about Steve's truck?
No, it's a tried-em, which means it's got 3 axles and 3 axles, which means it can pack more weight. And it's a self-loader. And
which is very cool to watch him navigating and picking up.
Yeah, and then every once in a while he'll look down through the back window where his scale readout is. They have digital scales, and that's how they can get the weights just right. So you'll see him look down in the back window, and then he'll slide back logs because he can pack a lot more weight on the trailer because the truck is carrying the motor and the self-loader, so the truck can't pack as much weight as the trailer. So he's constantly checking that to make it perfect because he doesn't want to get a ticket.
And you don't want an accident. I mean, you don't want a ticket, sure, but you also want to make sure everything is like stacked the way that it needs to be stacked and appropriately weighted, right? He's watching for a whole bunch of things at the same time.
The load is safe. I mean, it's just, you don't want the logs falling off, so you put them in the right place. But the weight end of it is, it's one of the few occupations you can go to work and come home with less money than you started because they find you. So that's again a whole other video. Another story, and I'm not allowed to be political. So.
That's right. Only the positives on this channel.
Yeah. It's like, why did you load yourself so heavy? Well, because I knew I was going to come right down here and get a ticket from you. Jeez. All right, don't get me going. Okay?
I'm not going to get you started.
Over and out here. We got to cut it.
That's right.
So enjoy the video of Steve doing the loading the correct way.
Enjoy the video. We'll put some music in there and you can just watch the load process.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Another load hit the road. Out here. Three logs left in the landing. Got to go back to work.
All right, so that shows you what a self-loader is all about, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Dad is going to be sure to grab a few more snapshots and various footage as he goes along with the pasture behind us. And in the meantime, we hope that you have a fantastic day and that this informed you of a little bit more of the logging process.
And spring is coming, so we can get back in the garden.
Spring is coming. Dad and I are off to plant, he doesn't know this yet, violas today.
Violas.
So I've got a whole bunch of seed packets all ready to go for us, and we'll do that after coffee break. Thanks again so much for subscribing and becoming part of our Pond House Garden family. We love all the comments that you give us. Just keep them coming.
Yeah, and don't forget that logging is just another form of gardening.
Just
over and out.
Over and out.
Watch out for pitch.
Oh, I got the good jacket on too.
Then...
Let me see, do you have your 2 dots? Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, now what we'll do is the end.
The end.
No, we're not. We're gonna... Oh, it didn't record.